Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. This is Anthony.
This is James. Today is movie news number 15.
15, wow.
Yeah, we're cruising through movie news. Hope you all are having a great week and weekend.
We got some cool trailers and some great stories today.
Yeah, so it's a lot of news.
Yeah, if you want to go to the box office first.
Yeah, let's start with the box office. But also first, this is the weekend of 9/11, so we just want to, recognize the thousands of lives that were lost on that day and the impact it had on our country as a whole.
Yeah.
But all right, let's move on to box office. We start with Shang-Chi, which destroyed last weekend at $75 million opening weekend, which was fantastic to see. It's great news for theaters. It's ironically helping keeping theaters alive, even though superhero genre is everyone has mixed feelings about it. But it's great to see. 166 million global total. I'm curious what's going to happen, though, over the next coming weeks if it breaks like 250, because if it stays under 200, which I doubt, but what it's going to do as a total, especially I heard that it might not be released in China.
Yeah, every market internationally, they release films at different times, so I'm sure it hasn't opened in plenty of markets yet, but I believe it's hit most of them except for China for the main ones. So if it doesn't go to China, that's at least $200 to $300 million they're missing out on.
Easy for sure. So we'll see what happens with Shang-Chi if it gets released there. And then Candyman last week was 10 million, another great weekend, so it's at 53 million total global.
And that's his third weekend, right?
Yeah,
that's great.
And then Free Guy, 9 million last weekend. Free Guy is at 242 global. So Ryan Reynolds, man, that guy packs the theater for sure.
He hits.
So that's basically the top three for box office the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then I think the biggest part of news this week that came out was Chris Nolan is in talks for making a new film, and he's going to be. He wrote a script about Robert Oppenheimer.
Slow down.
Sorry, I just had
J.
coffee.
Robert Oppenheimer,
and he was responsible for being the lead researcher and designer of the atomic bomb. So he's going back to World War II, going back to historical. He did such a great job with Dunkirk, so I'm very much looking forward to Nolan getting out of big budget, gigantic sci-fi action because he did such a great job with Dunkirk. And this is obviously going to have no action in it at all. So I'm very curious to see what a Nolan film like that would be like. And also, Cillian Murphy is rumored to be starring in it.
Yeah, and so he's shopping it to studios outside of Warner Brothers because remember when Warner Brothers earlier in the year, announced that they'll be doing day of release theaters and digital at the same time, that caused Nolan to be like, all right, I'm done. I'm washing my hands with Warner Brothers. Although I think he is in talks with Warner Brothers about it too, but I don't think Nolan wants to ever release a film digitally and in theaters at the same time.
This is the first time he's ever gone to other studios. He's having studio executives read the script. So I think Paramount, Disney maybe is getting a look at it too. So, but obviously the main thing he wants to implement into the release is theatrical only.
Yeah, which is great. But actually, Disney, they're doing a theatrical release only of Eternals, which is so awesome to see.
Yeah.
Because I think they realized Shang-Chi just made bags of cash.
Yeah.
And, we make bags of cash at the box office. Maybe we should make more bags of cash because that's the whole point of what we're doing.
And we actually discussed that topic in detail in our last episode, Streaming versus Theater. So if you guys haven't heard that one, check it out. That was one of our best episodes discussing that complicated topic.
And speaking of the script, I'm so curious because I'm sure it's so well written because Chris Nolan, in his opinion, his best script that he ever wrote was his Howard Hughes script that never got made because Scorsese made The Aviator at the same time that he finished that script, and we'll never know what that movie was going to be like, but he said it was the best thing he ever wrote. So I'm curious to see him tackle another historical figure for the first time, really, for making a film.
Super cool news. And then, so let's get to the trailers. So the first official teaser trailer for Don't Look Up came out earlier this past week, and this stars Jonah Hill, Leonardo DiCaprio, Meryl Streep, and an absolutely stacked cast. Jennifer Lawrence, it's like insane, the actors in this movie, Cate Blanchett, and the trailer looks really funny, and also looks like it's going to be like a sensationalized story of a meteor coming to hit Earth, and what it looks like is that the politicians don't seem to care about it.
I think the whole thing is a metaphor, and it's going to be the irony of like, we'll talk so much about how we care about the environment, but we're not going to actually do anything about it.
Yeah, well, we're not going to actually implement any policy to make a change.
So it's a giant metaphor, which it looks so funny.
Yeah.
Even Timmy's in this movie. Everyone's in this movie.
Oh yeah, Chalamet's in it. Yeah.
And then, are you going on continuing that? Let me take the next one, all right, guys? Jeez. And then Paul Thomas Anderson, his film Soggy Bottom, it just got a title change to Licorice Pizza. And so it's 1970s set feature has already started playing at a repertory of cinemas in Los Angeles and London. So I can't wait to check this movie out.
Oh, so he's doing the trailer only in cinemas right now. Very cool.
Which is cool. But
and Bradley Cooper stars in that film, and so does Philip Seymour Hoffman's son.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, his son is the lead actor in the movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So
And,
licorice pizza.
I think PTA is his godfather too.
Oh man, that's nice.
And then we got a trailer for The Guilty, which is Jake Gyllenhaal's new movie directed by Antoine Fuqua. And this looks like a really great tense drama. Gyllenhaal plays, what would you call that? What's that job called? Dispatcher.
911 dispatch.
And it looks as though he's helping people who were kidnapped. And I think, if I'm right, the film is just going to take place just with Gyllenhaal. You're not going to see what's happening outside of that room.
It's a remake of a Danish film that came out in 2018. I'm not going to try to pronounce the Danish words for the film, The Guilty. But I think it's also, from the trailer, it seems like he knows the person that called into him or something.
I didn't get that.
Know.
I didn't get that.
It's kind of a mystery, but that's what I like about it. It looks really great. I actually want to try to watch the original before we see this.
Yeah, and
but it's going to be Netflix.
He and Fuqua did a great job with Southpaw, so I'm sure they liked working together for sure.
Let's see what else we have. The new Last Night in Soho trailer explores the dual world of fashion and murder, and so this is Edgar Wright's film that just premiered at Venice Film Festival. Can't wait to check it out. It looks amazing. Edgar is one of our favorite directors.
I actually didn't watch the second trailer because I want to walk into it knowing nothing at all. And the first trailer was a good enough tease that I'm very excited for it.
You don't even need a tease for Edgar Wright movies.
I don't want to see more footage of it. And then there's a great GQ video that they posted of Matt Damon breaking down his career and his most iconic characters, and he talked about all these amazing movies he's been in. So it's 20 minutes, but I definitely think it's worth a watch if you love him. It's a great video.
Speaking of Matt, can we talk about like J-Lo and Ben Affleck together again? I love it. I'm a
Is
huge
it full on happening?
Dude, they went to Venice Film Festival and Ben gets out of a limo. He's just like taking his photos in his suit. Then he opens the door. Then J-Lo comes out and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Because I think that's the reason they ended up breaking off their their engagement, because the world was so obsessed with their marriage or their engagement. I mean,
they were on every magazine for years. Every magazine. You go to the grocery store and every single one of those magazines had J-Lo and Ben on it.
Yeah, so it's actually cool to see them.
It must have been
again.
difficult for them.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, can you imagine everywhere you go, you have no privacy at all? Like, obviously you're a movie star, that happens, but for them it was like otherworldly.
Yeah. And then there's a new trailer for Joaquin Phoenix's new movie, Come On, Come On, which came out, and it's a really sweet-looking, endearing film shot in black and white, and he plays... It's completely different from his last film, Joker. He seems to be playing a very sweet and loving uncle who goes on a road trip with his young nephew who looks like he's 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
And this was made by the director who made Beginners with Ethan Hawke. I mean, Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor. I don't know why I said
you
Ethan
need to
Hawke.
slow down today, guy.
It's the two coffees.
Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then we have a teaser trailer for a revival of the original CSI. So it's called CSI Vegas now because there are so many goddamn CSIs, so they actually have to specify which one it is. But we have Gil Grissom back, Sarah Seidel worked to uncover CSI corruption and clear their names in a new revival series. So it seems like they were framed for something, but man, it's going to be awesome.
Gil is back.
I love Gil.
Grissom was the best.
Dude, CSI, when that show came out, everyone watched that show.
Yeah.
Because it was like the best show on TV.
Yeah.
It was like that and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Exactly. We used to, the whole family would get together and watch CSI in the living room.
What a show, that original.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it looks like what happens from the trailer is the entire CSI department, there was someone who was framing who's a mastermind. They're trying to figure out who set them all up with all this false planting of evidence, and so all their convictions are under review now.
Yeah,
every conviction they ever made.
That's crazy. Yeah. That was one of my favorite shows. And then even CSI Miami was pretty good too.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen the other ones. They're probably like meh, but the first CSI, what a classic show. Every episode is good.
It's great. I can't wait. And then another revival of Dexter New Blood is out. New trailer just came out, and they showed a tease last month, and then this trailer really lets you see what the story is about, what his new life is like. And I love Dexter. We watched the first 3 seasons. It got a little out of control after that, but I think the first 2 seasons for sure were some of the best on television at that time.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see him back. I would definitely like to check the show out.
The book is great. I've read the first novel, and the first season of the show is very similar to the novel. Then they kind of went their own direction after that. So if you ever want to check out the novel, it's called Darkly Dreaming Dexter. I highly recommend it. It dives more into the psyche of Dexter, and it just picture Dexter narrating to you for 400 pages. It's great. And then Baby Yoda, a.k.a. Grogu, will have a Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade balloon thanks to Funko. Funko Pop, we have them all over our desk. I try to get them as a sponsor, but they're like, oh, we do not sponsor people. You guys are little. You're nothing to us.
Do you know who we are?
We're Funko Pop. People have entire houses full of our stuff.
Wait, how many subscribers do you have?
we don't need you, Raiders.
He'll be the most popular float there for sure.
For sure, man.
And then Chris Hemsworth has begun pre-production on Extraction 2, which was a big hit on Netflix, and he's going to apparently beat up more children, we'll see. Because remember, he beat up like 5 kids in that movie?
That's right.
They were trying to shoot him, though.
Yeah. Oh, man. What else do we have? We have some Nick Cage news.
Yeah, he's going to star in his first ever Western for as long as his career is.
That's right.
He's never been in a Western. And he said this is the first time he's ever asked to be in a Western. So I guess filmmakers never saw him as a Western-type character.
I can see that. He has a very modern way of like his
acting.
mannerisms.
And the way he looks.
Yeah, he doesn't. You don't see him as like a 19th century person.
Yeah, if you saw him in a cowboy hat, it might be a little disbelievable.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable.
Yeah, I get that for sure.
But now that he's old and grizzled, it's better.
Even in Con Air, like you could say that's his most like Western style, like the jeans and the long hair.
His Southern accent.
Yeah, but that's like modern Southern.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
And this is going to be a revenge thriller. So I love Nick, so we'll see it for sure.
Disney's making a Haunted Mansion movie, and it's going to star Owen Wilson, Lakeith Stanfield, and Tiffany Haddish. That sounds like a great cast. It's probably going to be a lot of fun.
Lakeith and Tiffany are the leads, so I'm guessing that Owen Wilson will be probably he runs the mansion, probably.
Possibly the antagonist.
Yeah. Ooh, and the antagonist. Good idea.
Pretty cool. I would like to see Owen Wilson as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow, you came into my Haunted Mansion.
And then Halloween Kills, it was just announced that Peacock will be releasing it on their VOD service on the same day as theaters. So I think they're doing that because they want more subscribers. They're on the lower they're on the lower end of the bunch.
Slow down, Anthony.
I got it. They're on the lower end of the bunch of streamers. So I think they're doing that to get more subscribers.
I think it's going to be a really good movie because, I mean, it just premiered at Venice Film Festival, so I'm curious.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
So the trailer looks sick.
I'm a little disappointed that it's going to do both, but, I mean, it's the kind
they need to compete.
Yeah.
They don't have anything for big movies, really.
Yeah, you're right.
This is their first big one.
Because NBC, is that also Universal?
Yeah.
All right, so they own Universal, and I guess they don't have much coming out this year.
Yeah, so they need subscribers. And also, but what's really cool about the movie is that John Carpenter is doing the score.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, and they just released the first track, and it sounds legit.
Because he did the music for Halloween.
Yeah, he's always done most of the music of his films. He's made most of the scores.
Yeah.
Except for like The Thing and a couple others.
Yeah,
but otherwise,
Ennio.
he's done all of the music for his films.
That's really cool. I wonder if he's changing the theme up or doing something new.
It's different, but it's still synthy, but it's really edgy.
Oh, is it released?
Yeah, and it's more modern synthy style.
Rather than 1982?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But it sounds awesome. You should check it out.
I will.
It's called Rampage.
That's pretty cool.
And then there's a new teaser trailer for the film Encounter, which will be released on Amazon Prime, starring Riz Ahmed. And he seems to be protecting his sons from what looks to be an alien invasion in some southern town. So he has military experience, and then looks like he's defending his family from. They don't show the aliens, but that's what I'm assuming it is because it's called Encounter.
Let's go. I love alien movies. I love these like small town alien invasion. Let's go. Yeah. One guy, like a dad with military experience. Yeah. Let's go.
You don't need a whole
Let's
squad.
Do it. Tomorrow
you
or sign me up. Yeah. It's so much more fun.
Yeah, it looks cool.
What else do we have? Injustice, an animated movie trailer, has Superman battling against the Justice League. And I mean, we all know this is probably what we were going to get with Zack Snyder's Justice League, but we'll never see. But it will be cool to see an animated version of it. Yeah, of what maybe he wanted to do.
I think it's always cool to have Superman turn bad for whatever reason.
Man, imagine if we got that.
Yeah.
Because we just watched Justice League for fun while we were doing work last weekend.
Yeah.
And that movie is so good.
It's a great movie.
He sets it up so well for more.
He did an awesome job.
I can't believe they're abandoning it.
Yeah.
What is wrong with Warner Brothers, man? Come on, DC.
And the Matrix Resurrections trailer.
Oh, yeah,
we did a whole episode on it. If you guys want to check out our reaction to that, we just posted it on Friday, on Thursday night, and it's a great trailer. It's very enticing, but Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who we were curious about who he was playing exactly. It seemed like he was playing a young Morpheus, but he has confirmed on his Instagram that he is indeed playing Morpheus.
I'm sure he's going to be cool in it, and
it was weird to see the trailer without Morpheus.
Why can't they just have Lawrence Fishburne? Why not? Like, I understand you want to do like this new time thing. Maybe it's a different version of Morpheus.
I understand they probably wanted a young actor for the action scenes, but
It's
still.
Morpheus.
Yeah.
It's like as integral as Neo to the Matrix. Like that's the thing. Like we talked about in the reaction, it seems like it's a hit or miss movie. You can't tell from the trailer. Some of the action looks really cool. Some of the shots look very kind of corny a little bit. The lighting I don't like. It doesn't look like a Matrix movie. But I also do like a lot of different parts of what I'm seeing. So watch our full thoughts on the episode we did.
My takeaway from the film is that maybe it's a lot smarter than we think it is, and the whole thing is a setup for a trilogy. Because at the end of the trailer, Jonathan Groff's character says, "Neo, you're going back to the Matrix," but we think they're in the Matrix from the trailer. So maybe this simulation isn't even the real Matrix.
Yeah.
And so Neo has to get out of this simulation to enter the Matrix again. So maybe it will lead to Lawrence Fishburne coming back.
I don't know. He's not confirmed to have ever even been on set or anything like that.
No, it's coming back in
the future?
in future films.
We'll see. But so it seems like it's a Matrix inside the Matrix.
Yeah, some kind of deal.
I'm optimistic. That's what I'll say. We'll be there opening night for sure.
I'm curious. I want to see it.
Yeah. Wolverine and Spiderman are getting new video games. Not together, but they're getting their own video games. There's trailers released. The CGI looks incredible on these video games these days. Like, it makes me wish I still played them.
Yeah, the graphics are legit.
But the Wolverine trailer looks really cool. It's like him at a southern bar just drinking whiskey. He just got in a bar fight. And then Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man, and it looks like also Peter Parker and Miles, it looks like, and then Venom at the end is the villain. So, but again, the animation's incredible.
And I believe Kraven's going to be the big bad in that video game.
So those are the Spider-Man ones coming in 2023. I think Wolverine as well, too. So Insomniac Games, along with Marvel, are making those.
Very cinematic, too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I mean, video games have been cinematic for a while now.
Yeah. And then Andrew Garfield he officially denied that he is not in No Way Home, saying that he has no awareness of his involvement.
All I'm going to say is he didn't say no.
Yeah.
He did not say, no, I'm not in it.
Yeah.
So
he didn't say the word no.
And people can lie. There's no law against lying.
Actors have always lied about secrets like that. They always have.
He didn't say no. He danced around that.
He's not going to say yes. So obviously he's not being... If he can't say yes, he's doing what he can to keep it at bay.
So if the three of them are all in it, I feel like Andrew and Toby would only be in it briefly, like maybe like the final climax battle. Like something small like that.
Yeah, possibly.
Because
or it could be like Spider-Verse, where they're all working together for most of the film.
Yeah, but that's something that's really hard to keep under wraps and keep secret, because the actors have to go to set so often, and like obviously they do a good job keeping their actors secret, going to sets and stuff like that, but still, do you have an entire cast and crew sign an NDA, like with The Mandalorian, how they had to like work around that?
Bro, they did it with Endgame. You didn't know what was going to happen at the end of Endgame.
True.
And they had friggin' 30 of the lead actors of Marvel working together, and nobody knew for sure who was going to be there. So they can pull it off, no problem.
I just feel like this one's like is even more in the public eye of like, oh, what's happening? Like, it's insane, like the traction on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram of people trying to find out what's going on.
They're not going to not have them in it.
They better have them.
They're not going to not have them.
If they're not all in it, I'm leaving the theater. I will leave the theater. I swear.
If I don't see Toby or Andrew, I'm leaving.
At least one of them, I'm gone. Yeah. Why are we going to have Doc Ock and Goblin come back, but you're not going to have Toby in here? Come on.
And Electro. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to have the villains without the friggin' Peter Parkers.
Hey, man, I think you're right.
He's in it. He
didn't say no.
Yeah.
All right, that wraps up movie news number 15. Thanks so much to everybody for tuning in. We have some great episodes coming for you this week. If you need to, get your Raiders of the Lost podcast appetite fulfilled, go back and watch the last ones if you haven't yet.
Take care, everyone.
Bye. Thanks so much for tuning in to Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. Find us on all audio streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to check out one of these other videos right here for more content on our favorite films and breaking down all kinds of movie content. Thanks so much.